From the shadows of the past, a massacre is brought to light. 80 years after French commanders turned their guns on their West African troops in their barracks of Thiaroye in Senegal, war veterans gather to give voice to the dead that the French army sought to silence. Among them, Colonel Ndongo Dieng, a former Senegalese rifleman.
Il y a l'esprit de sacrifice.
It is in the spirit of sacrifice that we are here to remember and start unearthing the truth of a massacre the French military attempted to bury.
These are French African prisoners of war filmed by Nazi Germany in 1941. At the end of the war, they were brought back to their barracks in Thiaroye. When the soldiers asked for their pay, their French commanders responded with gunfire. Until 2012, the French government denied that the killing took place. Films like this one that evoked the events were banned in France until 1998. For the surviving war veterans, these medals weigh heavy, both a source of pride and pain.
Bien sûr que j'ai de la peine.
Of course I feel sorrow. These were innocent men that were killed. It's a crime that France could have avoided. It was a question of courage. The West say freedom has no price, but what price did Africans pay for the freedom of France?
Only in 2014 did the French president at the time admit that 70 people were killed. He described it as a violent repression. On Friday, President Emmanuel Macron finally acknowledged the massacre.
French President Emmanuel Macron is not attending this commemoration. Instead, he sent his foreign minister. Despite his words, this has not appeased the pain that people feel of what has happened here in the camp of Thiaroye.
Historians believe French commanders buried up to 400 soldiers in mass graves on the site. Senegal's president is demanding the French military release its archives to historians in order to find out the truth.
Honoring these riflemen is not just about mourning our martyrs. It's about carrying their struggle forward and using it as a lever to reinvent our relationships with ourselves, with our history, and with the descendants of the authors of the tragedy.
From the Comoros to Mauritania, 5 heads of state and the representative of all former African French colonies in silence, honoring those who were killed in the massacres and their contribution during World War II. West African troops fought on the front line, freeing Paris from German occupation. Yet, U.S. commanders at the time denied them the right to march into the French capital because of the color of their skin. This commemoration aims to correct France and the West's attempt to erase the Africans from history, men who fought to set Europe free. Nicolas, Haque, Al Jazeera, Dakar.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.